Greetings and Happy New Year, most gracious audience. This is Nicolas Laudadio, aka the Nerdy Knight, coming to you with a special video to discuss the state of animation and what things may look like moving forward. I wish to start by iterating that I have no insider knowledge of animation as an industry. All I know about animation is in the capacity of a lifelong fan with his own opinions, along with backing some indie animation on sites like Indiegogo. Animation was in a weird and special place during my childhood in the 90s. During that time, you had both classic hand animation films and Pixar CGI films coming out side by side. At the time, I didn't look at those movies from the viewpoint of which one was faster to make or which one was more or less expensive to produce. I simply saw two different styles of storytelling, and I like them both to this day. Somewhere along the way, everyone started jumping on board the Pixar gravy train, and poor high-quality 2D animation got left out in the dust, and what precious little high-quality 2D animation was made was usually done with poor storytelling. Instead of getting beautiful and expressive 2D animation, now all we ever got was the same old Pixar-styled CGI everywhere you look. I originally started this channel as the animation commentator in an effort to try to popularize both styles of animation again. And now, in the midst of my crusades, technology has taken a very interesting turn. Silicon Valley has developed AI programs that can replicate the old styles of animation, as well as any other style of animation. It still has a long way to go before it's ready for serious cinematic use, but I was very impressed with the Tyrion Lannister Home Alone Christmas animated parody video created by Wicked AI. I shall leave the link for that video in the description below. Seeing these advancements in AI gives me hope that classic animation can make a comeback, albeit in a different form. And considering that I myself have story ideas for my characters, I may someday use this technology myself to have those stories finally told in a motion picture format. I cannot animate, but I have ideas, I can draw, and I'm fairly good with computer technology. Especially considering that I am a working class husband and a father who wouldn't have time to painstakingly draw every frame, this technology could give my creative endeavors the boost I never thought possible 5 years ago. I've been testing this technology with some of my characters already, and I'm looking forward to taking full advantage of the technology when it finally reaches perfection and the price is reasonable. There are, of course, three major concerns with using AI animation to replicate what came before, and I'm not blind to them. First of all, I hate the idea that people can use hyper-realistic AI animation to frame people for crimes they didn't commit. I also believe that the future Antichrist will use this technology to trick people all over the world to believe that he can perform miracles that only God can perform. And governments today can use this AI to put out fake images in order to spread false propaganda and lie to their citizens. I assure my gracious audience that I only plan on using AI animation to create purely fictional works of art that are cartoonish and not hyper-realistic. I only wish to entertain my audience, not lie to you. Secondly, there is the question of creative freedom and copyrights. The stories I wish to tell regarding Sir Persevere and his friends are quite bloody, fiery, and violent at times, and are primarily Eurocentric to fit a medieval European aesthetic. The question I have to ask is this: will there be an AI animation studio that allows full creative freedom? Can I have violence and most of the characters be heterosexual white people without the woke Puritans and algorithms butting in their noses and censoring the stories that I intend to tell to Kingdom Come? If there's going to be an issue with censorship of this nature, then I may not invest so much into AI animation until such a time that wokeness is finally eliminated. For I will not allow anyone to infringe upon my creative freedom of thought. As for copyrights, how will that work? Do I still own the copyrights to my characters and stories, and AI animation simply gets the credit for the animation? Or do the AI companies want to own my stories? I think a hard set of rules needs to be implemented. I believe there ought to be a happy medium wherein I own my stories and characters and can profit off them in any way I see fit, but the AI animation companies still get their due credit for helping my vision come to life and receive some of the revenue. And of course, I do not wish for some third party to barge in and try to steal ownership of my intellectual property. Third, I understand that using this technology to create 2D animation puts people out of work, and some of you may comment to that effect in this video. However, I have to put forth the following first counter-argument. I am not a major corporation with a boatload of money to give away. I am one guy who has enough to worry about when it comes to supporting my own family who also has some big ideas. Second of all, there are so many 2D animators who don't possess a fraction of the talent of the original 2D animators. Take a look at the screen. See this sequence of Sleeping Beauty? See this segment of The Land Before Time? See this moment of The Iron Giant? What do they all have in common? Aside from the fact that these stories are good, the 2D animation for these films are of excellent high quality. If any of these animators told me that they are worth $100 an hour, I'd believe them. But do we get those movies anymore? No. All we now get are a bunch of whiny activists with animation degrees who draw worse than 5-year-olds. Most of these animators are not worth their weight in salt when it comes to animation and are quite frankly a disgrace to their universities. I mean, just look at Adventure Time. Look at Steven Universe. Look at Star vs. E Forces of Evil. Do you expect me to believe that these animators are anywhere near as good as the likes of Don Bluth or Bill Peet? These people complain about AI replacing them, but they have done nothing to demonstrate that their 2D animation is better than the 2D animation created by AI. At this point, all the animators who worked on those abominations deserve to lose their job. I do not say this to be mean or to wish ill on people, but I'm also tired of this child-scribbled nonsense by a bunch of so-called adults who never progress past the age of 5 when it comes to artistic talent. Hiring people like you? Please, you're not even worth $2 an hour when it comes to 2D animation, and that's the objective reality. For all of the talentless animators losing their jobs, I do wish you the best as you find your true talent elsewhere. I'm more concerned about bringing back the style of high-quality animation I love than I am with people getting hired to make it. If a computer can do classic 2D animation better than people nowadays, then I say go for it. And for all the truly talented animators that got unjustly caught up in the fray, I do hope you will be able to become successful online creators and continue to create great works for the whole world to enjoy. Of course, as I have also highlighted in earlier videos, we still have very talented hand animators, and I truly wish them the greatest success as they ascend from one height of animation greatness to the next. Aaron Blaise, Dragon Fox Girl, Sean Keller, Justin Murphy, Andrew Chesworth, Lackadaisy, Solar Balls, and many more are the future of keeping classic animation alive. In my opinion, their work will always be superior to AI animation, for they also have the talent to back up their claim to fame. As I wrap up this video, I also have to reflect on how all this will impact my projects moving forward. For years, I and many others have commented on the decline of pop culture, but we have yet to do much to replace what came before with new good stories. As for my Swan Princess review series, I will keep working on that passion project until it has reached the logical conclusion that I intend for it to have. But by the time my Swan Princess review series is finished, AI animation may have reached a point where I can explore some options for storytelling and working on my own original tales. Depending on what form that takes, that may effectively bring us to the end of the pop culture commentary era of YouTube as everyone shifts away from complaining about things to composing new works of art. But I suppose we'll see what everything looks like once we get there. If you have sat through until the end of this video, I graciously thank you for your time. If you enjoyed my presentation, please be sure to like and share my commentary, and if you would like to subscribe to this channel, that would be super. Until next time, dear viewers, go forth, be gracious to everyone, and may God bless you.